Okay, I wanted to just spend a moment here talking about some of the changes. I had put some content last week just to show you that you need to make sure you get all the way through this process once you get to the submit assignment. The thing I'd like you to know is that we are now tracking submissions and attempts on the back end. It's something we weren't doing before, and we are now. And so I just want you to know the idea is that when you start an attempt, you get all the way to the completion. And what will happen is if you close the window without hitting submit, it actually creates a token that gets hung out. You don't have to know what this is, but from a development standpoint, it's not the way it should work. And part of this is because of the way when you submit, we're doing a log out. And so, just FYI, and I will now have some statistics. So if I see students submitting multiple times or going into this review and not submitting, I will probably reach out to you because, I want you to know, and you will actually see this if you go into your account and you go to settings, you will actually see multiple, and they'll be called the FCC AI Canvas chat. And what those indicate is that you've opened it and haven't actually completed it. Now, I get it, it's also that it's not necessarily, it is a part of learning. I understand that as well. But the idea here is to see how well you've translated. And I've already made you do 2 attempts for this class. But anyway, I just want you to know the intent and why it is so important to get all the way to the end, because the system will then give you that you're logged out and you want to close that screen. The other thing I'd like to say is that once you start a submission, a token that gets created that I just talked about actually has a timestamp on it. So if you open the window, don't submit it, that timestamp is still ticking away. We're actually looking at some UI, some user interface to show you. But for now, and I've had one student run into this already, is if you opened it, you go do something and you come back later and you start attempting it, it could time out in your session. So if you do come back, right, if you do come back and start again, I would actually recommend you get in and actually log out and start again if that happens to you. Again, just understand the changes. This is a development project, and I know we shouldn't test on students, but I hope they provide enough of a reinforcement of the concepts. So this week we've introduced new concepts. So this is going to cover both the coding of design, to create tables, and the concepts in this case. And I have changed the logic a little bit for the prompting. It's something I'm constantly trying to get better at. Okay, I hope this helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and please let me know if you run into any errors, because that way, and again, I will now have, and this is kind of my tab up here, is I now have more data that shows me what's happening on the back end. All right.